morning, class. Today we're going to be reading a big book for our reading. We're going to be reading the book Little Rabbit Foo-Foo by Michael Rosen and Arthur Robbins. Before we start reading, we have to make some predictions based on the cover. So, based on this cover, who do you think is going to be the main character in Little Rabbit Foo-Foo? We're going to write these down on our character chart, and then we'll tape it to the wall so that we can look at it the entire time we're reading. So, who do we think are going to be the main characters in this story? Do we think that Little Rabbit Foo-Foo is going to be a character? I think that's Little Rabbit Foo-Foo right there. He seems pretty big on the cover. So he must be a really important character. Let's write him down. Little Rabbit Foo-Foo. Who else do we think is going to be important characters in this story? Is there anyone else on this cover? I see some animals down here, so maybe animals are important. So let's write down animals, shall we? You see anyone else? I think that's good for now. We can always update it as we go along. So, now that we have characters down, we can put this on the wall. Next, we have to predict what the setting is going to be for the story. Does anyone know what setting is? Setting is where the story takes place. So based on the front cover, where do we think the story is going to happen? Well, Little Rabbit Foo-Foo is on a little motorbike, so maybe they're in a racetrack. Let's write down racetrack. Remember, we can always change what we have if we find anything else. Racetrack, is that the only place we think Little Rabbit Foo-Foo is going to be? We'll just put that in now. So let's tape up our settings tab. There we go. And last but not least, we need to have some predictions. So what do we think is going to happen in this story? Based on the cover, of course. I see Little Rabbit Foo-Foo is riding this bike, so maybe on the racetrack he's going to be racing other people. So we could say, Little Rabbit Foo-Foo is racing other people. Maybe, do you see this hammer right here? What do you do with hammers? You hit things. So maybe Little Rabbit Foo-Foo is going to hit other people to try and get in front. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think that's very nice? No. So let's just put that down. Little Rabbit Foo-Foo hits other people. Ooh, that's not very nice, is it? And then we can start taping this up on our wall. Now that we have some predictions, we can start reading. Little Rabbit Foo-Foo. Oh my goodness, this is such a pretty picture. Where is this? Is this a racetrack? Oh no, it doesn't look like a racetrack. What do you think it is? Yeah, it looks like a forest. So, should we change our setting to forest, do you think? Alright, let's change our setting to forest. So I'll cross out racetrack and put down forest. There we go. Look at all those animals. Maybe animals was a good prediction, huh? Little Rabbit Foo-Foo. Little Rabbit Foo-Foo riding through the forest. Do you guys see any sight words on this page? I see one. It's over here somewhere. Yeah, the word the. We know that word, don't we? Scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head. Do you guys know what scooping means? You know when you go to get your ice cream at the parlor and they have that big spoon that they use to scoop. Yeah, they scoop it. So can I see everyone scoop? Yeah, scooping. Do you guys know what bopping means? Well, sometimes it's kind of like hitting. So this is like a bop. It's just a little lighter than hitting. A bop. Can everyone bop their imaginary friend? Bop. Down came the good fairy, and she said, I don't like your attitude, little rabbit frou-frou, I don't like your attitude, scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head. I'm going to give you 3 chances, and if you don't improve, I'm going to turn you into a goon. You guys know what a goon is? I don't know what it is either. Maybe we'll find out. There's little post-it notes everywhere now. Maybe we have to figure out what's underneath those. Let's try reading around them and see if we can figure it out. Little rabbit foo-foo, ride through the forest. Scoop up the wriggly worms and bop on the head. So what do we think is underneath these post-it notes? They seem to have the same ending, these words. So what do you think? Do you remember what they said before? What was little bunny Foo-Foo doing? He was doing what on his bike? If the first part of the word is ride, yeah, he was riding on his bike. And if this is similar words to this is a similar ending to this one. Do you remember what this is? To scoop. Maybe scooping. Yeah, good job. And he's bopping. Yeah, good job. Exactly. Down came the good fairy. Do you see any more sight words in this little part? Yeah, same sight word, the. We know that word. Oh, there's another little blank. Maybe we'll read around it and see if we can figure out what it says. And she said, little rabbit foo-foo, I don't like your attitude, scooping up the wriggly worms and bopping them on the head. You've got 2 chances to change. And if you don't, I'm going to turn you into a... Do you guys remember that funny word that we couldn't figure out? If you can't remember it exactly, maybe we can see with the first letter. Good. Goon, yeah, good job. Turn him into a goon. Do we know what goon is yet? No? Let's see if we can find out. We have a huge space covered here. Let's see if we can figure it out by reading around it. Blank, riding through the forest, scooping up the tigers, and bopping them on the head. Who do we think is riding through the forest this time? Do you think it's still Little Rabbit Foo-Foo? Yeah, he's right there. Little Rabbit Foo-Foo. Yeah. Good job. Down came the good fairy, and she said, Little Rabbit Foo-Foo, I don't like your attitude, scooping up the tigers and bopping them on the head. How do you think she scoops up he scoops up the tigers? That's interesting. He must have a huge net. Oh, there's another blank. Let's read around it and see if we can figure it out. You've got blank chance left to change, and if you don't, I'm going to turn you into a goon. So how many chances did he have left last time? 1. Oh, he had 2 chances left last time, didn't he? So if he had 2 chances left last time and 3 the time before that, how many chances does he have left now? 1, you're right. Little rabbit foo-foo riding through the forest, scooping up the... What do you guys think these are? These little people. They're called goblins. They're these magical creatures. Scooping up the goblins and bopping them on the head. Little bunny rabbit frou-frou, isn't that nice? We have another word that's blocked. Let's see if we can figure out. Down came the good fairy. Yeah, good job, class. Good fairy. And she said, little rabbit foo-foo, I don't like your attitude. Scooping up the goblins and bopping them on the head. You've got no chances left. How many chances are no chances? 0, that's right. You've got no chances left. So I'm going to turn you into a goon. And she did. Maybe we'll find out what a goon is. The moral of the story is, hare today, goon tomorrow. So, do you guys think our predictions were right? Let's look at our chart. So, characters. We said that little rabbit foo-foo and animals were our characters. Did you see any more characters than that? The good fairy was a character. And do we remember what the animals were that he was bopping and scooping? We had tigers, you're right. What was that really weird animal that we couldn't figure out? Goblins. Some worms. There's one more, do you guys remember it? Field mice. Field mice. So are these all the characters that we read about? Yeah, I think so. I think they were. Let's put that back up there. Setting. At first we thought it was a racetrack, but then we changed our mind when we saw the picture. So was he in a forest the entire time? Yeah, he and the good fairy were in a forest. And what about predictions? Did little rabbit frou-frou race anyone? Did he hit to get past people in his race? No, he did not. So let's cross those out. What happened in the story exactly? He scooped up animals. And what else did he do? He didn't obey the good fairy. Didn't listen to good fairy. Anything else? He got turned into a goon. Yeah, you're right. Turned into goon. Yeah, good job. Alright. Now that our setting, character, and predictions are done, we can work on our worksheet. So let's get started.